This story is making the rounds. People are using it as a, aha, I got you, stop smoking marijuana right now. But I'm going to kind of debunk it just a little bit, so we'll read it and then we'll get into it, okay? Just stick with me. Marijuana may have caused a man's erections to last up to 12 hours because it switched off the signals in his brain for it to end, new medical study finds in the first case of its kind. Now, the red flags for me are, one, first case of its kind. Okay. I'll explain as we get into this, but basically it was a 32-year-old African-American male. He was healthy. He'd been to the emergency room a couple times for longer than normal lasting erections, also known as priapism. The man told doctors he used cannabis quite often, and they're saying that that's what's causing the episodes of priapism. So, again, 32-year-old male, priapism, it lasted 12 hours. It can be quite painful. A team of doctors at Coliseum Medical Centers in Macon, Georgia say it's the first known case of cannabis-associated priapism in a patient, where all other known causes of priapism have been excluded. Stop. Okay, the problem with that is this. Let's say coffee, okay? Millions and millions of Americans drink coffee, right? Well, millions and millions of Americans smoke marijuana. Now, what if we have one person, the first known case ever where someone drinks coffee and they start suffering from priapism? Does that then thereby mean that it's the coffee that's causing the priapism? Probably not, because logic would say that if that were the case, we would be having case upon case upon case, because there's a lot of people who drink coffee. Well, there's a lot of people who smoke marijuana. In fact, I would almost guarantee to you, the listener, that there are more people who smoke marijuana than you even believe, because a lot of people are closet smokers due to their job, their reputation, their parents, their religion, blah, 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 what else, right? So how can we have just this one case and you say, aha, it's got to be the marijuana? No. That's like the video game advocates who are like, well, violent video games, this guy here killed these people and he played violent video games. Okay, you want to play that game? Let's go a little bit further back. Oxygen. Oxygen. The one thing all criminals have in common is oxygen. So thereby oxygen is the gateway drug. So we must ban oxygen. I mean, come on now. Correlation does not prove causation. We all know this. My viewers are smart enough to know this. I'm hoping you guys share this and we break some echo chambers, because this is making the rounds and people are using it as a, aha, gotcha moment. That's not the case. Now I'm going to drink a cup of coffee. Logic, right? If millions of people are using it and all of a sudden, after hundreds and hundreds of years, you have one case, and it's the first known case ever of priapism, they're saying it's due to this one thing, wouldn't it make you think, well, maybe it's not due to that one thing? Right? I mean, even the rarest diseases in the world, they have things that affect like 2 or 3% of the population. There's like 20, 30, or 40 people in the world that are not one person, and he's the first person ever in the history of medicine that has suffered this, and aha, that must mean that it's the marijuana. No, chill, man. They're taking it to a weird conclusion here, and I don't know why. That's not the scientific method. Priapism is a long-lasting, painful erection that usually lasts more than 4 hours and is unrelated to sexual activity. If untreated, priapism, which is often caused by use of prescription medication like antidepressants or illicit drug use such as cocaine, can cause permanent damage to the penis. And there's got to be something more to it. Otherwise, we would have case upon case upon case upon case upon case of priapism. Because, come on now, how many people do you think smoke, right? Now let's take just 1% of them. That's a lot of people. That's more than just the first person ever in the history of medicine to suffer it, for sure. This is the first time that researchers have recorded an instance in which priapism was believed to have been caused by consistent use of cannabis. So therefore, you're probably more than likely wrong in this. Experts wrote about the unusual case of the 32-year-old healthy African-American man who was admitted to the hospital after complaining about persistent erections. I would say that it may be cannabis use combined with something else, or there's something that he is not telling the doctors, maybe because he is ashamed or scared, or there is some sort of combination the THC is combining with something else, maybe something environmental in his house. There's something else there, and they can't just give up and say, we have found the cause for it, because this is something that's affecting this guy's life, and they should find the cause for it and help cure him. But if you're going down the path of marijuana, this is what I talk about on my channel all the time. Resources. right? News dictates where resources went. If everybody just went with this one news source and didn't hear dissenting opinions like, wait a second, that kind of doesn't make sense, then guess what? Money would go to, hey, stop smoking marijuana because your pee-pee will get hard and it'll never get soft and it'll explode. It'll be like a balloon, and you can see commercials, and the clown will be there, and he'll be with one of those long balloons. This is your pee-pee. This is your pee-pee on marijuana. Pop, right? Okay, yeah, hyperbolic as hell. If this is the first case ever in the history of medicine, of priapism, due to marijuana, then wouldn't it stand logically that there might be something more to it? You know what I mean? There might be more to the story than, well, he smoked marijuana, he has priapism. I don't know. Nobody's ever had had priapism due to marijuana in the past, but you know what? It must be the marijuana. Okay, tone it down a little bit. Let's put the money where it goes. What is really causing this? What if it is something environmental that's affecting everybody? And we go down this path and we waste resources and time going down this. Meanwhile, we find out it's his carpet and it's a brand new carpet manufacturer and there's this chemical in the carpet that's causing it, and it's being spread throughout all the houses that this carpet is being put into. I mean, come on. I know. I'm taking it to its logical, absurd conclusion. That's what we do here, to show absurdity sometimes. So we tone it back. We say, wait a second, logically, that doesn't make sense. What does make sense? Well, there's something more to the story. That's why I wanted to choose this, because it was eloquent evidence of, hey, listen to dissenting opinions. If I'm wrong, I'll eat crow. But I don't think I am, because we don't hear about these cases all the time. And people smoke all the time. And this is the first case in history? Okay, sure, pal. There's something more to it. Anyways, I love you guys. I will see you on the next one. And, yeah. Dissenting opinions. Here's some.